morning. How are you?
I'm great. I was in a lovely mood when I woke up. Brilliant. Coming here to chat to your lovely self.
Yes.
It's all been going lovely. And then I realised that I had tickets last night to go to Hamilton and we changed it to tonight.
Oh.
And I thought nothing of it until I saw that Harry and Meghan were there. And then I thought, oh, they're just there. Yeah. And then I saw your clip of them, like, on stage.
Oh,
I am beyond devastated.
That could have been... Good job that we've sort of got them in the studio.
Yeah, well, they came out the lift when I was there and I screamed. I actually screamed.
It's quite scary,
yeah, it's horrible,
it?
yeah.
They can't walk by themselves. They can't see under there. Now, all about you. This tour is huge, isn't it?
It's massive. I mean, we're halfway through it. It's like a break. The bit I've just done is bigger than any of my other tours.
Yeah.
And now we've got another bit. We've got 50-odd dates again. So it's called the Just Happy to Be Out the House tour, and it's a good job. Yeah, it's a good... My wife named it that, the Just Happy to Be Out the House tour. She named it that because
Just happy to have you out the house
Yeah,
tour.
she said, when I'm in the house and I haven't done any stand-up or anything, I'm really hard graft. Like, I'm really hard to be around, apparently. Yeah.
I'm okay. I love
which you can imagine.
At least you can admit it. At least you can admit it.
Yeah, sort of, my hand was forced, but yeah.
Now, stand-up is your biggest love, right?
Love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So explain the idea about the show. Obviously, you're getting out of the house, but talk us through it.
Well, this show came, weirdly, this whole show, it came from, we went to do a will. Me and my wife went to do a will,
right.
you know. Yeah, it wasn't my idea to do the will.
It's a very grown-up, me and my hubby did it. It's a very... I'm not sure.
Idea?
It's a very grown-up thing to do. I think it was hubby's idea, actually.
Really? So it was Rosie's idea for me.
I didn't like it.
I say she was very pushy. She was too keen, if I'm honest. Frighteningly keen. She's been treating us differently since we got the will.
I mean, be careful, because your lovely wife is just there, right?
Undercooking me
Don't fall
chicken.
down any steps.
Yeah. So we went for this will, and I always try and get comedy out of any situation, but a beautiful thing to do, and quite a challenge in a way, is to get comedy out of moments where people, like, I'll start the show, I chat to the crowd, and then I go, so, I did a will recently, and you feel the whole crowd go,
oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
Well, even people watching this will be going, why is he talking about a will? And it was just, the whole thing itself was quite, you know, it was a boring-ish, but things happened. But then the idea of the show itself is, they said in the will that you can leave a letter. And you don't, until you go for a will, you don't even consider the idea that you could go tomorrow. I just don't, I never thought about one of these people. And it was like, you can go tomorrow, and if you leave your son, you leave your wife. And they said you can put a letter in the will, and the letter can be anything. So I said, what I'd put in the letter, my idea was, and what I have done, and what the show is, it's advice for my son, as if I wouldn't be there. It's stuff I'd need him to know, stuff I think he should know all the way through life. And some of them are serious, some of them are, you know, try and get comedy out of dark situations, try and laugh as much as you can.
I can't imagine your letter would be very serious.
Yeah, some of them are genuine. I mean, some of them are, you know, things like don't take a toddler on holiday.
Yes.
It's not a holiday, you know. It's awful. Yeah, it's hell on earth. It's like going on holiday with Steve-O from Jacker. Like, it's just this crazy person. We took him on holiday and we were getting the stuff out of the car, and Rosie looked away for a second and we turned around and he had his head in a revolving door.
Oh,
it's like, what you're doing, like, they're not fun to take on holiday.
I mean, they'll have fun, you just can't call it a holiday.
You can't call it a holiday.
It's just not a holiday for you, it's not. How has becoming a father changed your comedy? Obviously, you're drawing from a lot of personal experiences, right?
It's I didn't want it to, and I did a whole show about how it wouldn't change us, and it changes you so much. Like, he's in my world, and, you know, I'm proper family orientated, and I still live in the north, so I can be around the family and stuff. But he does, I don't try and go for the, I mean, kids said this, like, you know, the sort of toddlers say, anyone can do that. But I take him as a bouncing off point, and he sort of just changed my perspective on life. Do you know what I mean?
It does.
That's what it does.
You can't run away from that. It completely happens.
Yeah.
Now, you're always known, you know, I've known you for a long time, for being one of the positive guys in the room. Recently, you and your lovely wife opened up about something deeply personal to you both, which was amazing and very, very brave to do. Talk us through that.
Yeah, so we were pregnant, went for a 12-week scan, and they scanned it, and there was a pregnancy sac, but there was nothing inside the sac. It's called blighted ovum. It's called a blighted ovum.
Right.
And it's basically, it's like a miscarriage that your body didn't catch, kind of. If I'm getting anything wrong, I apologise, but it was a miscarriage, and the baby wasn't there. The pregnancy sac was there. Rosie, the cruelest bit of the whole thing was Rosie's body still thought that she was pregnant, and there was a bump and everything, and we're just going to see it on the screen, and it wasn't there. And we talked about for a while whether to go public with it or not, and whether to do things. And And we thought, let's do it. And we're so glad that we did. Like, people, the outpouring. So many people have miscarried and you don't even realise because you don't talk about it.
It's so true.
And at the point we're at now with mental health and things, and people saying, look, just talk about things. And it's because it's before that 12-week mark where people go, don't tell anyone you're pregnant.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's such a strange thing to go, don't tell anyone you're pregnant until 12 weeks because if anything happens, you can just brush it under the carpet. And it's like, no, like, this life-changing, amazing thing was about to happen again. And because it all went wrong, sadly, we can't brush it under the carpet. And we've told everyone. And people, I know Example was on here talking to Lorraine once about it. He texted us saying, look, mate, it happened to me. And I had no idea. And all these people I'd worked with and some close friends had said, happened to us twice. And I'm like, mate.
See, it's mental, isn't it? And that's
crazy.
Friends, you know. People
have
just don't talk about it.
And it's helped so much.
Yeah.
It's helped so much.
Absolutely.
And we're through it and we're across it. And Rosie had to take the full... It's hard for the blokes. I know that it's much harder for the women because the women have to go through it physically.
Of course.
You don't go through it physically. So I had to kind of just sweep it straight under. Yeah. Well, Robin, my son, was amazing. I couldn't imagine this happening without already having a child.
Right,
because he's a toddler. He runs into the house and you go, no time to be sad because he's just going crazy now. And he just helped get through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was kind of...
Come over, Vic. I feel like we're talking about you without you here.
Yeah.
Come over.
Do you want to come and sit on the arm of the chair? Let's both sit on the arm of the chair. So you went through it all personally. I'll tell you what, you can sit in the chair because I'm a gentleman.
I'm pleased you did that. He rethought that there.
She was going to have a go.
Backpedaling, it was great.
So you went through it physically, didn't you?
Yes.
And then I had to... We're in the hospital. They don't tell you have to get rid of this. They don't tell you that.
Yeah,
you got to get rid of it.
It went to surgery as well. So after 20 hours of trying to do it with tablets, it then went to surgery. And I think it's just... You don't expect it at all.
No,
and it's just a crazy situation. But you kind of went into survival mode. I stayed in the house for a week and a half, cried, ate loads of chocolate, kind of got over it. But you just had to keep going. And now I feel like it's
hit me.
You know, it's hitting you a little bit now.
There's sometimes now, happened yesterday, there's sometimes I'll just go quiet and miserable for no reason. And she's like, you all right? I'm like, I think so. And it's just the emotions. And I think I'm all right. And then I'll watch... what did I cry at? Avengers: Age of Ultron. Which just well, there's a bit where Scarlett Johansson's character goes back to her partner, and her wife's pregnant, and she goes, "Oh, it's going to be a boy." And she got down on her knee and she calls the baby a traitor for not being a girl. And I was literally watching Avengers, and I just went, it's ridiculous, but it's going to take a while.
It is.
Listen, well done to both of you for talking, because as you say, talking helps. I guess you guys also, but so many other people. So
yeah, it really does. It tell people, because it just...
Talk about it, man. And still happiness can come out of these situations, and laughter can come out of these situations.
Absolutely. And that's what you do very, very well.
Well, we were in the hospital very quickly. So we were in the hospital and we had this moment where we were like touching foreheads and we were crying, and I was like, it's going to be okay, we'll get through this one. I love you so much. And we kissed and we just hugged and we were just staring at each other. And the hospital door opened and the loudest vacuum cleaner you have ever heard came in. And the one was like, this has already been hoovered, but I'll do it again.